Okay, hi friends. Today I just got hold of some good fresh mutton. So I'm cooking a mutton curry with aloo. I love the aloo in the mutton curry. So here are the ingredients. You have about half a kilo of nice pink fresh mutton, two cut potatoes. We're gonna go like that in the curry and absorb all the good juices that flow out of the mutton. Then we come to the spices. So the whole spices here first. Got some nice whole red chilies. Then we got some cardamom, green cardamom, black cardamom, some cinnamon, and a little piece of mace, some black peppercorns, and some cloves. So this will be like broiled and made into a nice masala. Then the regular dried masalas which come in packets. So we have the degi chili powder, which is about 1 teaspoon. And same amount of haldi powder, a little salt. Dhania powder is about 2 tablespoons and half the quantity, about 1 tablespoon of cumin powder. Now coming to the fresh ingredients, I've got 3 sliced onions here. Then we've got some ginger garlic paste. This is homemade. Then we've got some fresh yogurt, and we've got some tomato and fresh red chili and dhania, coriander, which will go at the end. So what's going to happen is I like my curry to be smooth, so I'm going to puree the onions and the yogurt. So this curry is basically of my experience through my in-laws household, which is a Bengali household. So it's a take on the kosha mangsho and the normal meat aloo curry that we make at home. So it's a cross between the two. I hope you enjoy and have fun. So we'll just try and start cooking now. Okay, so I've just put all the spices into a non-stick pan and I'm just going to dry roast them nicely. Basically, spices have oils, so you need to just extract the oils to get all the flavors out. So just getting them in contact with some heat is always nice. And I mean, it's but natural. You can't really grind this sort of a chili. It's so ductile and flexible. You need to crisp it up. That's the basic reason also. But yes, extracting the oils out of the spices is very important. So just trying to do that. Once that is done, we'll grind it to a fine powder. So we get our garam masala sort of. And then we are going to marinate the mutton later. So now you can see the spices have started to boil nicely. You can see the chili is kind of plumping up. Same goes for the cloves. I hope you can see those. And I wish you could smell this. It's beautiful aromas out here. So once this is almost done, it will take another minute, and then we'll get on to grinding it up. What I do is I add this, and just at the last minute I'll add the powdered spices. I'll show you just now. So now it's getting a little smoky in here. So the powdered spices also are just slightly toasted. Because the pan is hot, I'll just switch off the flame, which you can see now, and just slightly toast it up. So this together will go into the mutton straight away. It's a very no fuss sort of recipe. So that's about it. Let that cool slightly, and then we're going to grind it up and add it to the marinade, which I'll show you just in a minute. So we've put the spices into the grinder and we'll grind it. So let's go ahead and do that. So you can see the spices have been ground up nicely. Now what I'm going to do is, instead of taking it out and then mixing everything together. I'm going to keep adding ingredients to this jar as well. And what we'll have finally is the entire marinade ready in the jar itself, which we can marinate the mutton with. So let's go ahead and do that. So these are the onions, 3 whole onions, medium size, sliced up and added. Then I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of the ginger garlic paste. So let's put 2.5. And now we're going to grind all of this up together. So this is now the onion which has been ground up. Now what I'm going to do is add the yogurt also bit by bit to this, and then we'll make a fine smooth paste out of it. So this is the yogurt that has been added. It's about 3 tablespoons. The rest we can add later. I don't see a lot of room in the grinder, so I've managed to add all the yogurt to the jar, and then we'll grind it again. So now you can see that the marinade is ready, and we'll straight away go across and add it to the mutton and the potatoes. So I've just poured all the ingredients out of the jar into the mutton, and now we just need to massage it in and leave it for about half an hour, and then we'll start cooking. Meanwhile, let me just tell you that the medium that we are going to use to cook here is going to be mustard oil. That gives it a nice flavor. If you see all across, right from northern India to the eastern part of the country, a lot of the curries are cooked in mustard oil. So if you see up north in Kashmir to Punjab to UP and way down to Bengal, Jharkhand, Bihar, everywhere you see mustard oil being used. So we'll use that here as well. So now this mutton is nicely marinated. All chunks are coated in the marinade. Even the potatoes are nicely coated. So we are going to just leave it for half an hour, 40 minutes, and then we're going to start cooking the curry itself. Okay, so let's start cooking the mutton. What are we going to do is add the mustard oil first. So this is about 3 tablespoons of mustard oil. Let it heat and smoke up a little, so that otherwise it's going to be bitter. So now after it smokes up, what are we going to do is we are just going to sear off the meat first and then add all the rest of the marinade, and then just have this curry is all about having patience. So we'll just have to bhuno it slowly. Then we'll cook off the meat and then again open it and bhuno again. So I'll start adding the mutton pieces. The oil is smoking now. You can hear the sizzle, nice and hot. So now all the mutton pieces are added. Just stir them up. I'll add the potatoes a little later once the meat is seared. Normally you would add a lot of whole spices to the oil to flavor it, but as you've seen, we have already made a nice garam masala, and it's very hot out here. It's the peak of summer, so I don't want to use a lot of spices because it does make you hot after all. So you can see that the meat has been seared nicely now. Now we'll add the rest of the marinade along with the potatoes, and then we'll again cook it further. Also, meanwhile, what I've done is I have pureed the tomatoes which we had seen earlier. These will be added after the gravy and the mutton leaves a little oil and it's kind of partially cooked. Then the tomatoes will be added. Okay, so let's add the rest of the marinade and the potatoes. Now you have to be patient and bhuno the masala. Okay, so now just let it bhuno for some time. This is how you will actually make a kosher mangsho, but the only difference being that you don't add any tomatoes to it. And at times in the houses what they do is they add a little raw papaya. It's just to accelerate the cooking of the mutton. So now we'll let this mutton cook, let the curry cook nicely, let the oils get separated from the masala, and then we're going to add the tomatoes. Okay, so now you can see all the masala is dried up, and now we'll add the tomato. This is a 1.5 medium tomato, not much, because we are adding yogurt also. Now just stir in the tomatoes. Cook that for about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll add water and season the mutton and then pressure cook it. It will take about good 4 to 5 whistles for the mutton to get cooked. Okay, so it's time to add the water. So what I've done is I've just added some water to the marinade bowl itself. I don't want to waste anything. So let's add the water. I'm putting in a little extra, and then because we're going to reduce it later as well. So without wasting any of the marinade that's left in the bowl, added the water, and now we'll add a little salt. There was already some salt with the masala, so I'm going to add a little more salt and then pressure cook it. So I've added the salt now, and I'm going to so let's wait now. So now the mutton is cooked, and I'm going to add just a touch of sugar, probably half a tablespoon or so. This will kind of balance out the tartness which comes from the tomato and the yogurt. Just mix it in, and then we'll cook it further. So now you can see that the mutton is cooked nicely, and even the potatoes are cooked. We just need to reduce it a little. The curry is nicely cooked. So the mutton is now cooked nicely, and the only thing left is to add the coriander leaves. So we are going to do that now. with some chopped coriander. And also at this point of time, I will add just a little bit of ghee. This will give it a nice flavor on top. So now we mix up everything, and it's ready to be served. This can be served with fresh rotis or steaming hot rice, and let's enjoy, have fun. Thank you.